A little bit about my new update. I updated the rear wheels to steer. It looks pretty cool, and it helps a lot going up things that it normally couldn't go up. These tires don't help very much. They're soft, but they're really low profile, and I don't know, they just don't seem to grab as well as I wanted them to. I can't go much bigger because of the size of the vehicle, so I might have to go down to a smaller rim. I just really like these rims. Look at them. They're carbon fiber, and you got to put them together with little tiny bolts. I'll find something else. The suspension is really neat. This is really far back. I used to have them up here on these top holes where they're supposed to be, and I just thought it'd be cooler if they were way down here on the bottom. Which, these are AGF RC smart servos. I think they're 6 kilogram. The biggest I could find was a 17-gram servo for my old servos. I don't know what these are for, but they're really strong. I just typed in mini servo, and this size is called mini, apparently. Because if you look for other ones, you get either way too big or way too small. They make really teeny tiny ones that are like 20 kilogram. I put some little tiny Hella headlights on it, and it's running a 2200 battery. It's got a 6-channel receiver. I think it's radio link, yeah, and a little radio link light switch that switches the lights on and off on one of my channels here. Let's turn it on and see how it handles. Where's the switch? There it is. Uh-oh. Set to the wrong truck model. Jeep. There we go. Let's see how it goes. That's a 320 amp ESC. It doesn't use all 320 amps, I'm sure, because just burn up that toy motor I have in there. The motor is like the same motor they use in a Makita drill. I have a brushless kit that I'm putting together. It's a 10 and a half turn brushless motor. I don't remember what the KV is on 10 and a half turn. But I also have the ability to do this. Watch this. You go down to reversing. Go down to channel 3. And reverse the steering so they both go the same way. You just hit the button again and they switch. Hit the button again, they switch again. Boop. It does a pretty good job of crawling. I would think it had like a limited suspension travel because how short these shocks are. I've seen guys with trucks significantly longer shocks, but I think it does okay going up and over these sideways rocks. I should go out somewhere and find a nice place with lots of rocks to crawl on. For now, I just drive around my backyard like a dork. You can hear the tire treads clicking off of everything. I guess it does okay. I don't have any dig functions since I'm running off of just a single speed transmission with a single motor. I was thinking of setting it up with a digger transmission, but they take up so much room, and this chassis just doesn't have much room. I I guess it does, if I flipped it around backwards. It's got me thinking. The whole truck weighs like, God, probably 6 pounds too. It's made out of only upgrades for WPL toys and, you know, other random vehicles. That's a problem I run into a lot. See the transmission? What am I hung up on? Yeah, I hung up on the little tiny drive shaft I was hung up on. Maybe I'll take a file and file my drive shaft so they're kind of give them like a little 45-degree angle on my drive shaft and my transmission drop down box. I like all the tiny articulation that it does. Run over these gnomes. Squish. Take that, you dumb gnomes. Another thing I run into is I get caught up on my axles here. See this? I have to like back up, take a different line. I should file 45s on all my axles and everything underneath. That way if I start to get caught up on something, I won't get stuck for long. God, keep it in frame. I'm terrible at keeping it in frame. Just crawling around a tiny rock in my yard. Yeah, look at this. Something. Show you a little bit about my controller. It's pretty sweet. It's an rc4wd V3. Very important you look at V3. I made this wheel out of a Sanwa aftermarket wheel and another wheel that came with a brake rotor and a caliper. So I put the little M badge and a little BMW and kind of chopped it up and made an adapter fit it. It works pretty well. I'm using this crazy phone adapter here. Looks pretty neat. I like this controller. It's got a million little options and things it can do. Oh, I accidentally hit reverse. My truck was driving around. Get back over there. So yeah, nothing special about that. I'll take a few pictures of the truck for gazing purposes.